In this part of the video, I'm going to talk about the culture of the Egyptian pyramids. After the year 2300 BCE, ancient Egyptians started to use hieroglyphs for writing. They drew the things which they wanted to show people with the help of the hieroglyphs. When they thought to construct the pyramids, they used those hieroglyphs for demonstrating their ideas for how they intend to construct the pyramids. They drew the first form of the pyramids in walls. The main reason of constructing the pyramids is honoring the rulers of the Egypt known as pharaohs. Pharaohs ruled ancient Egypt for a long time. Due to that, ancient Egyptians wanted the rulers of the Egypt sleeping comfortable conditions in the bottom of the pyramids. As a result of that, they designed the bottom of the pyramids in an attentive way.
Pharaohs had the greatest power. They wanted to have the best tombs, and they got them. These tremendous pyramids were built for pharaohs' tombs. Inside them, there are many tunnels, chambers, and secret passageways. When they died, pharaohs and some noblemen's bodies were mummified to preserve their bodies after death.
Ancient Egyptians designed the rooms' walls, which are found under the pyramids, by hieroglyphs, and they put some materials which belonged to the pharaohs. They put those materials under the pyramids while burying the pharaohs because they believed there will be another life after that. Other than honoring the rulers' dead, pyramids are significant for the state and the order of the gods. Ancient Egyptians did pyramids unshakable and indestructible because they believed that their old ruler continued to rule the Egypt even if he is dead. It makes pyramids vital for Egyptians and the state. Their strong belief in gods and afterlife tremendously affected them to construct the pyramids and bury the dead rulers under the pyramids. The inhabitants in ancient Egypt knew that in this way order will be formed. Ancient Egyptians believed many gods, and those gods had different structures. They had animal's head and human's body. They imagined in that way because ancient Egyptians believed those gods represented natural forces. The most important god of the ancient Egyptians is Ra, which is the god of the sun. He had known as the creator of all the other gods and humans. He had a hawk's head and a human's body. Ancient Egyptians started to worship Ra starting in around 2600 BCE.
Let's talk about ancient Egypt pyramids and their architectural development. Pyramids of ancient Egypt are a marvel of human architecture, particularly during the Old Kingdom. These glorious constructions, especially the pyramids of Giza, were constructed as extravagant tombs for the pharaohs to demonstrate their strength and spiritual connection to the god. These pyramids evolved from simple tombs called mastabas, which were a low rectangular building composed of mud brick. Around 2750 BC, the architect Imhotep created the step pyramid Saqqara, which was the first real pyramid. The building began as a traditional mastaba, but was changed into a step pyramid by stacking many mastaba layers. It was a notable transition from flat-roof tombs to vertical monumental buildings, representing the pharaoh's several mastaba layers. It consists of multiple mastaba layers and Imhotep's use of limestone for this monumental tomb. Pyramids of Giza built with 2.3 million limestone blocks and each weighing around 2.5 tons. The construction of these pyramids necessitated not just architectural ingenuity but also a large workforce. Contrary to common opinion, many of the workers were not slaves, but rather seasonal workers, primarily farmers, who helped with construction during the yearly Nile flood. These workers resided in vast camps near the pyramids. The Great Pyramid was a fortress designed to protect Pharaoh's tomb. 24 feet of center the entrance would have been tricky to find. At the top of a 130-foot passage, A pulley system of ropes dropped 3 enormous granite slabs, sealing off the entrance to the burial chamber. Next, 3 giant blocks slid down the shaft, closing off a grand staircase. This pyramid was a masterpiece of engineering. Capped with a layer of flawless white limestone, it was an unmistakable symbol of the pharaoh's supreme authority.
Pyramids are monumental and majestic structures. In fact, they are so extraordinary that their construction process has become the subject of many myths. Let's explore a few. The first myth is perhaps the most famous. Aliens built the pyramids. Some people believe that the technology and the scale of these structures were too advanced for ancient Egyptians. But archaeologists have found plenty of evidence like tools, ramps, and even workers' villages showing that human ingenuity, hard work, and advanced engineering made them possible. For example, the village behind me is Hayt el Gurab, which is the village of workers who built the pyramid complexes of Kifere. And here we see that how ancient Egyptians cut stones with basic tools. It is important to understand that ancient Egyptians built pyramids themselves, rather than believing help of aliens. Because, as Dr. Sarah Koenig said, these ideas can be harmful due to the racism and the undervaluing of non-Western civilization achievements. Pyramids are monumental and impressive structures. They hold immense historical, cultural, and architectural significance. Therefore, it is crucial to understand their background and prioritize scientific sources in research rather than believing myths. Thank you for watching.